There is a moment in life, if you are fortunate enough to face it, when the illusion collapses. You sit in a quiet room. You scroll through your contacts. You think about the people you call friends, family, allies. And then the truth strikes with surgical clarity: no one is coming. No one will rescue you. No one will finance your ambition. No one will carry your vision when exhaustion bends your spine. And if you fall, you will hit the ground alone. For most, this realization becomes despair. They feel betrayed by a world that promised comfort and community. They call themselves victims. They curse fate. They beg the universe for fairness. But for the rare individual, the one Niccolò Machiavelli would recognize as possessing true virtue, this moment is not a breakdown. It is initiation. It is the death of illusion and the birth of clarity. You already feel it. The ambition no one understands. The exhaustion of explaining yourself to small minds. The quiet frustration of waiting for permission that will never arrive. The waiting ends here. Modern society sells you a comforting lie, that success requires support. That you must be backed, validated, encouraged, applauded. 5 centuries ago, in The Prince, Machiavelli dismantled that illusion. A wise ruler, he wrote, must depend only on what lies within his control, never on the goodwill of others. History agrees. The architects of empires, the men who altered the trajectory of nations, did not view solitude as a defect. They weaponized it. This is not about surviving alone. This is about leveraging isolation as a strategic advantage. Understand what that means. We are about to remove the part of you that craves validation. The herd instinct that seeks warmth in numbers. The soft dependency that mistakes encouragement for strength. If you need reassurance, turn away now. The crowd will always offer comforting words. They will keep you warm and small. But if you are prepared to become unsettling, to operate by a different code, then continue. From childhood, you were programmed for dependence. Schools trained you to collaborate. Institutions glorified community. Society preached networking as salvation. You were taught that success depends on who you know. This belief is poison. The moment you rely on connections more than competence, you surrender leverage. You place your destiny in the hands of individuals who will always prioritize themselves. When someone supports you, a transaction begins. Help creates obligation. Investment creates ownership. Emotional encouragement creates withdrawal risk. What you call a safety net can also become a cage. Yes, it catches you when you fall. But it also limits how high you dare to climb. Your failure is not caused by lack of support. It is caused by searching for it. You dilute your vision so others will approve. You wait for applause before the performance has begun. You look outward for strength that must be generated inward. This must end. You must reach what I call the 0 point. The 0 point is absolute independence. You assess your resources, your bank account, your contacts, your influence, and see only yourself. Most people panic here. You will not. If you have 0 support, you have 0 masters. If no one lifted you, no one can pull you down. If you build alone, you own entirely. This is cold rationality. Machiavelli wrote that it is safer to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Translate that personally. When you seek support, you are seeking to be loved. You want approval. You want reassurance. You want comfort. Neediness repels power. The more desperately you explain your vision, the more others dismiss it. Desperation has a scent. And it smells like weakness. To rise without support, you must replace the desire to be loved with the pursuit of competence. You stop running on encouragement. You run on defiance. The doubters? Good. The silence? Excellent. The lack of response? Perfect. No believers means no profit sharing. Let their indifference sharpen you the way stone sharpens steel. Imagine a general who turns around and finds his army gone. Does he collapse? No. He adapts. A single figure moving in shadows is harder to eliminate than a loud army marching in formation. Alone, he becomes asymmetrical, unpredictable, dangerous. That is you. Isolation forces precision. It forces speed. It forces intelligence. Large systems suffocate under committees and approval chains. You can transform your life in one focused hour because you answer to no one. You do not need a board of directors. You need a mirror and the courage to confront it honestly. Stop interpreting solitude as punishment. It is filtration. It removes mediocrity. It removes hidden envy. It removes fear disguised as concern. You are not alone because you are unwanted. You are alone because you are unaligned. And that protection is strategic. If this truth resonates, understand this: transformation begins with acceptance of isolation, not resistance to it. Now the real question becomes, how do you execute this philosophy? How do you wake up to silence and still move like a man possessed? You enter what I call the ghost phase. If you have no support, you have no audience. If you have no audience, you have no performance. You move quietly. You speak less. You reveal nothing. Most people destroy their goals by announcing them. They feel ambition and immediately seek validation. The listener injects doubt. Energy leaks. Momentum dies. Worse, talking about goals produces a small neurological reward. Your brain mistakes discussion for achievement. And ambition evaporates before action ever begins. Silence is not weakness. Silence is containment of power. And suddenly, urgency shifts. The ghost avoids the trap of words entirely. Silence is your weapon. Do not tell your mother. Do not tell your partner. Do not hint at your ambitions online. Silence compresses power. It builds pressure. A goal trapped within you, unspoken, becomes kinetic energy. Steam in a sealed boiler. Anxiety that demands action. Restlessness that will not let you sit idle. This is monk mode amplified. Not just reducing distractions, obliterating the performative side of ambition. You work in the shadows. Only results matter. Friends think you vanished. Family worries you've changed. Let them. Their confusion is proof you are moving correctly. The ghost thrives on misunderstanding. Others will craft narratives, false stories about your withdrawal, your obsession, your problem. None of it is accurate. They cannot see the empire taking shape at 3 a.m. They cannot see your skill quietly sharpening. This internal pressure is necessary. It drives you when everyone else sleeps. It is the force strong enough to fracture the barriers holding your life hostage. Alone, you achieve total immersion. No happy hours. No social obligations. No masks. Let the mask fall. Let the hidden predator inside work without restraint. Obsession is your prerequisite. The world calls it madness. You call it mastery. With zero support, you must become obsessed. Know your craft deeper than anyone else. Become so technically precise, so strategically lethal, that you are unavoidable. Support will arrive, but only when it is irrelevant. When you succeed silently, results speak louder than pleas. The crowd loves winners, not strugglers. Those who once ignored you will line up. You will smile politely, remembering who was present when the room was empty. The answer: no one. Just you. That memory becomes armor. To survive this path, you must grieve. Motivational platitudes skip this. They preach positivity and endless grind, ignoring the cost of doing it alone. You must mourn the life you thought you'd have: the cheering section, the understanding family, the friends growing with you. They won't. Most stay stagnant. Many resent your progress. Hold a funeral for the version of yourself that needed them. That version is dead. This grief is raw. Physical. It sits heavy in your chest. It is betrayal, the universe reneging on its promise. You will lie awake, questioning your sanity. Wondering if returning to the herd, the safety of conformity, is wiser. It is not. You are in the valley of the shadow. The wilderness between identities. Between who you were and who you must become. Here, your mind will conjure demons. You will crave comfort. You will yearn for the cage you escaped. But you cannot go back. You have seen too much. Support is often sedation. Comfort is often stagnation. You must kill the boy to birth the sovereign. Become your own parent. Your own provider. Your own therapist. Look in the mirror. Command yourself. Feed yourself. Guide yourself. This is brutal internal labor, the work most avoid their entire lives. Talk to yourself if necessary. Stand up. Work. Stop whining. Tears have no currency here. Only focus matters. You will develop duality, the weak, tired, emotional version ready to quit. The commander version that drags the weak through the mud, refusing rest. If you persist, the weak dies. Only the commander remains. This is Machiavelli's principle: the prince must be both fox and lion. Flexible. Ruthless. Strategic. Short-term cruelty to secure long-term dominion. Zero support becomes a gift. No one to cushion failure. Immediate, brutal feedback. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Alone, you adapt. You become anti-fragile, strengthened by shocks, honed by necessity. Now, the narrative in your mind matters. The average person tells a victim story: I couldn't start because I lacked funding. I couldn't succeed because I had no partner. I couldn't advance without connections. This is surrender. Power handed away. You tell an origin story, not of a hero. Of one who refused defeat. One who converted rejection into fuel. Every slight, every unanswered message, every smirk, every dismissive glance feed the furnace. They did not support you? Perfect. Fuel for fire. They laughed at your ideas? Excellent. Motivation to dominate. They excluded you? Outstanding. You owe them nothing. This is not bitterness. Bitterness corrodes. This is weaponization. Anger, focused and directed, becomes energy. Energy becomes action. Action becomes empire. Sadness weighs you down. It wants you to lie down and surrender. Anger lifts you. It makes you move. Strike. Build. Prove them wrong without uttering a word. Machiavelli observed that men are simple, slaves to immediate comfort. Deceivers never lack victims. Most people cannot see what you see. They operate on a lower frequency. You are complex. You sacrifice short-term ease for long-term power, freedom, legacy. Stop translating your vision into their language. Build a tower so impossibly high they must crane their necks to see the top. Let results speak louder than doubt. Success with zero support is pure. Victory unshared is intoxicating. No one to thank. No equity to split. A dark satisfaction burns. You walk through fire and emerged whole, while others watched safely from afar, expecting you to burn. Isolation must be intentional, strategic. Cut the cords to energy vampires. Do not stay in draining circles out of fear of loneliness. Stop paying the social tax. Sit in your room. Stare. Let silence press in. At first, the mind screams, "You're a loser. You have no friends. Something's wrong with you." Listen. Objectively. These voices are echoes old programming from teachers, cynics, media. They are not yours. Eventually, the screaming stops. A steady hum emerges, your own mind. Intuition. Strategy forming in the void. You cannot hear this voice amidst noise, advice, or social validation. Greatness is born in silence. Logically, collaboration is fragile. Partnerships fail. Marriages dissolve. Introduce another human into your success equation, and risk explodes. Humans are unpredictable, volatile, jealous, bored, ill, whimsical. Machiavelli warned against auxiliary forces, borrowed armies. They could win or lose, but you never control the outcome. Today it is the same: funding, connections, platforms. Anyone else's support creates debt, compromise, and chains on your vision. Zero support is the only path to true sovereignty over your soul and future. Hard? Yes. Slower? Sometimes. Worth it? Always. The self-made climbs mountains. Helicopter lifts may place someone at the peak, but their legs are weak. The climber, alone, bleeding, freezing, becomes steel. The wind cannot move him. He is the mountain. Embrace the difficulty. Each roadblock with no one to call teaches repetition, problem-solving, and autonomy. Mentors who give answers rob you of internalized mastery. Struggle builds DNA deep knowledge, marketing, product, finance, persuasion. You become a polymath, a weapon of mass competence. Specialists are replaceable. Creators who built every system from scratch are irreplaceable. Empty inbox? Silent phone? Zero notifications? Say it aloud. Thank you. Thank you for forcing me to become everything I needed to be. Machiavelli wrote of fortuna and virtù. Fortune favors the bold, the decisive, those who act without permission. Safety is ambition's death. Comfort breeds conservatism, protecting what exists instead of pursuing what is possible. You need danger. You need the edge. Without a net, primal instincts awaken. Senses sharpen. Colors brighter. Sounds clearer. Creativity spikes. Opportunity becomes visible. Biology works for you, not against. Welcome solitude. Welcome pressure. These forces elevate you beyond what you thought possible. This is mental toughness in action, not lectures or motivational fluff. Sigma male, lone wolf, not aesthetic, but strategic. Now mechanics matter. With support, you run on light energy, inspiration, joy, feedback. Beautiful but fleeting. Alone, you run on dark energy, envy, aggression, pride, the instincts society calls sins, but which fuel power. Those trying so hard to be good become harmless. You cannot succeed with zero support if you are harmless. To create something monumental from nothing, you need strategic aggression, not fists, but ferocity of mind. Look at your competitors and feel the urge to dominate, to crush them so completely they surrender. Let pride push you, let envy fuel you, let ambition drive you past the crumbs society tosses at your feet. Integrate your shadow. Stop feeling guilty for wanting wealth, recognition, or power. Stop apologizing for wanting to prove doubters wrong. That darkness is potential energy, waiting to be converted into action. A rocket doesn't fly on good intentions, it flies because fuel ignites in controlled chaos. Your shadow is that explosion. At 11 p.m., when the world sleeps and inspiration fades, spite and pride remain loyal. Whisper to yourself, if I quit now, they win. If I stop, I validate them. It's harsh fuel, but necessary. Purity comes later. Now, you need fire. Machiavelli reminded us, glory is not gifted. The universe is indifferent. You must take it. Do not be the nice person finishing last. Be the integrated operator, polite in public, ruthless in strategy, with the monster inside on a leash, ready to strike when opportunity demands. No boss. No team. No accountability partner. This is the danger zone where most dissolve into entropy, sleeping past sunrise, scrolling endlessly, working 20 minutes then resting 2 hours. Freedom misused is fatal. To succeed with zero support, become your own fascist dictator. Drill sergeant. Harsh parent. You need a protocol, not a to-do list. A to-do list is optional. A protocol is law. Step 1, the morning negotiation. The moment you open your eyes, your weak self whispers comfort, ease, snooze. Defeat it. Stand. Conquer this first battle daily. Win the morning, you win the day. Place your alarm across the room. Physically stand to turn it off. Comfort loses its grip. Step 2, Deep work blocks. Forget the lie of working all day. True progress is periods of intense, uninterrupted focus. Phone away. Door locked. Enter a trance state. 4 hours like this generates more than a corporate week. Meetings? Colleagues? Gone. This is your asymmetric advantage: speed, focus, lethality. Step 3. Your information diet. With zero support, your mind is your only asset. Feed it garbage, and output will be garbage. No news cycles designed to keep you anxious. No drama channels for empty entertainment. Consume philosophy, strategy, technical manuals, biographies of those who built empires from nothing. Study Stoics to master calm amidst chaos. Study Machiavelli to wield power. Study the greats to become one. Step 4. The evening review. Audit yourself with brutal honesty. Look in the mirror. Did I move the needle, or just make noise? No boss. No excuses. Acknowledge failure, analyze, correct. This is self-mastery. Activity is not progress. Motion is not direction. Without a net, stagnation is death. Step 5. Ignore networking. The world tells you to network. Wrong. Networking is for the powerless begging attention. Without leverage, you are desperate, visible, weak. Powerful people despise beggars. Stay home. Build value. Build skills. Build undeniable work. Be a magnet. Machiavelli said, "Make yourself necessary." Master a craft so rare, so valuable, that the market seeks you. The best network is your portfolio of results. The best introduction is your track record of mastery. Every hour chasing empty social rituals is stolen from your craft, stolen from becoming undeniable. Excellence speaks louder than any business card. Succeed first. Network later. When you finally step into rooms full of power, you won't be handing out cards, they'll be asking for yours. They'll scramble to connect, desperate to attach themselves to your force. The power dynamic has reversed. This isn't a scene from a movie, it's reality. Follow the lone wolf path. Master yourself. Build through zero support. Something predictable happens, you start winning. Numbers rise. Money hits your account. Your body changes. Confidence radiates like heat. And then they return. The friends who were too busy. The family who doubted you. The partners who left for stability. They'll approach with smiles, kind words, rehearsed admiration. We always knew you'd make it. We're proud. This is your final test. It's no longer about work ethic or strategy. It's about identity and memory. The old version of you, hungry for validation, will want to let them in. Starved for approval, every crumb feels like a feast. You'll want to prove you're magnanimous, forgiven, loved. You'll whisper, "See, they care now. I was worthy all along." This is a trap. A silent killer of everything you built. Do not do it. Handle them with Machiavellian grace. No cruelty. No scenes. No wasted energy. Maintain the distance. Mirror their indifference. Become a wall of glass. They can see your success. They cannot touch it. They cannot rewrite the history of your isolation. This is self-respect at the highest level. Understand, their love is conditional. Based on utility. On your success. That's human nature. Not moral failing. Clarity, not cynicism. Since you carried every stone alone, the castle is yours. This is not loneliness. This is sovereignty. A peace few will ever feel, the certainty that if everything fell tomorrow, you could rebuild. You are the asset. Not your friends. Not your network. Not luck. Where does this path end? It doesn't. It transforms. From survivor to architect. From fighter for scraps to builder of worlds. You gain the power to create the environments you once longed for. Here's the paradox Machiavelli would have admired. Now that you need no one, you can give support strategically. Spot the hungry. The lonely. The determined. You guide only those willing to do the work. You become a mentor, a patron, an opener of doors, but never forget the cold nights, the silent days, the empty room. Keep a piece of that darkness as your anchor. The world may applaud your success. But you know the truth, the first applause came from your own hands in an empty room. That is the only applause that matters. Your brain will resist. This is too hard. I need people. Prey instincts whisper, herd. Safety. Comfort. Ignore it. Safety is illusion. The flock feels safe until the wolf arrives. The wolf is safe because it is dangerous. Which one are you? This path is for outliers. For those willing to be misunderstood, to endure long shadows, to appear a failure before becoming a legend. Suffer in darkness to shine in light. Most will leave now, seek sympathy, change nothing. But you are still here. You are listening. Planning. Realizing, the empty chair is not a vacancy, it is a throne, waiting. This is Machiavellian philosophy applied to personal development. Dark psychology used to forge strength. Stoic principles merged with power psychology. This is monk mode on steroids, taken to its logical extreme. Support is luxury. Capability, strategy, self-reliance, these are necessities. Virtue, the ability to bend fortune to your will, to make circumstances serve your vision. You felt the weight of isolation, the frustration of waiting for support that never arrives. That's not tragedy. It's your invitation to power. Step into the darkness. Emerge as architect, sovereign, master of your destiny. Zero support isn't a limitation, it is your crucible. Become someone so capable, so self-reliant, so undeniable that support is irrelevant. Build alone. Win alone. The victory will be pure. Yours. Untouchable.